All right, so let's take a look at how we can add in our shooting gallery here. So let's go ahead and let's just take a look at the top perspective for a moment here. And as you can see, we have a bunch of objects here and we also have the player. So let's kind of move that player back. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take one of these walls here, copy and paste it, and then move it into the middle. Now, as of now, you're probably thinking, well, why would I do that? Well, now there's this big wall in front of us. Well, what I want to do is, in this particular case, if we kind of just, let's actually lower this first. So the scale is now going to be 1 instead of 3. And then let's actually just move this down a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's play. And the idea here is that we shouldn't be able to jump over it. Okay, so if you've ever gone to like a carnival and there's a shooting gallery, you'll know that there's probably some kind of a bench where you kind of stand behind. So that's kind of what I'm going for here as well. Now, this particular one here is kind of interesting because we might not be able to. We might have to disable the jump because right now it's getting. We want to have this bench, but it looks like it's too low. So there's a couple of things we can do. We can either add like a blocking um, mechanism, or we can just simply add that in here. Or we can simply disable the jump, actually. So the other thing that we can do is if we copy and paste this again, we can actually move up another one and have one at the top. So we can have something like this. Okay. Now, whether or not you actually want to do this is another thing, is a whole other thing here. But let's go ahead and let's play it here. And if we were to actually be in some kind of game here, and yeah, we can still get through there. But it just kind of looks up like if we start here, you can say, okay, well, I can see that there is there's a kind of top there. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to I think we can actually probably make that maybe 5. Okay, and then I'm just going to simply move that up a bit here. So you know, this kind of thing. Actually, we could probably even make that more, maybe more like 7. Um, and yeah, so that way it gives you kind of a background here to look at. So if you look at this here, yeah, okay, that kind of looks good. And while we're at it, let's switch to the top perspective, and we'll select both of these, and then we'll make these 5. Okay, and that way it will just look like it's a little bit more of a shooting gallery here. It's up to you whether you want this top or not. I think it kind of looks good, but we can always get rid of it later. Because again, when you're rapid prototyping, you can put a top there. You don't have to necessarily do that here. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working through a bunch of different prototypes and to see which kind of game is the most fun, because that's the whole point of rapid prototyping. See you in the next tutorial.